Hello everyone, this is an instructional video on how to complete the properties of blood note page, which was your third assignment this week. So we're going to start in Google Classroom. To get to the note page, you're going to go ahead and go to classwork, and you're going to scroll down, and it's going to be assignment 3, properties of blood note page. You're going to click on the class click link, and it is going to bring you to a page that looks like this. I'll make it large on the screen. What I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to split my screen so you can see both this note page here and the slides, and we'll fill it out together in the video. Okay, so here's the note page, and now let me go ahead and get the slides up here. Okay. All right. So hello everyone, and if you missed class when we did the notes, we're going to go ahead and start them right now. Okay, so I'm just going to move this over a little bit so we can see both things here. Okay. All right. So it might be kind of small, but that's okay. Okay, so blood is the red liquid that circulates inside the body cavity. We all have blood, and so that's going to go in this blank right here. We all have blood. We're aware of what it looks like, that it flows through our body. We're just going to talk about some of the properties today. So there are different colors of blood depending on the organism. So human blood consists of a fluid portion known as the plasma, and the cellular components known as which consist of the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move to the function of the blood. The main function of the blood is to transport oxygen, electrolytes, and nutrients and hormones, and that's going to go to the cell. So it's going to go towards, and then it's going to remove waste products from the cell. All right, so it's taking things that the cell needs, such as oxygen, electrolytes, nutrients, and hormones. It's taking that to the cell and removing waste products such as carbon dioxide from the cell. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to the characteristics of blood, and we're going to talk about 5 different characteristics, and then we will I'll show you how to complete the last part of the assignment. Okay, so on average there are going to be 1.2 to 1.5 gallons of blood in a person's body, and that's for an average adult weighing anywhere from 150 to 180 pounds. Okay, so that's going to go there. It's okay that it's not in the box completely. All right, and so the next thing we're going to talk about is that unlike other vertebrates, human mature red blood cells do not have a nucleus. Okay, what happened to human red blood cells is that they have evolved to just be the cell full of hemoglobin. That way it can carry the most oxygen. Next, each person has a different blood type, and what we have for humans is the ABO blood typing system. And you can see here in this visual, we have group A, which has A antigen on the surface of its cells, group B, which has these B proteins on the surfaces of its cells. AB has both A and B proteins, and O blood type has no proteins, no functional proteins on the outside of its cell. And depending on your blood type, we can use that to identify individuals at a crime scene. So that's why we're going to be talking about blood and blood types in the future in this class. Because we can use a person's blood type, or we can look at the blood type of blood left at the crime scene to determine, what blood type it was and see if that matches any of our suspects. Last thing I want to tell you is a person who loses a significant amount of blood can die by bleeding to death, and that is called exsanguination. And that is our last piece of information we're getting on this note page. All right, so that looks pretty good there. So the last thing that I will go ahead and show you is that, so this would be your note page all completed. So let me go ahead and zoom out so we can see all of it. Okay, you're gonna then want to go to slide 2 or hit the next button here. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna take you to the next page of the assignment. And in this part of the assignment, the instructions are to label the diagram below and color each of the 4 parts. And I'll give you an example of what I'm looking for here. So the first thing I'm going to have to tell you, because I forgot to write it here, is that the components of blood, we talked about it briefly in the notes, and we're going to talk about it more on Monday, are the plasma. That's the liquid or fluid component, red blood cells, platelets, and white blood cells. So these are the 4 terms that you're going to need to put in one of those boxes down below here. Okay, so I'll just make that a different color so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so here's my diagram. I'm going to go ahead and just show you what I'm looking for by giving you example number 4. This one has caused the most problems in class. That is the plasma. So to color, you can use the highlighter mode. You can pick your color. I'm going to go with like a light yellow because that's actually, if you took all the cells out of your blood, it would actually be this light yellow color. And it looks pretty bad, my coloring on here, because it's using one of these drawing tools on the computer, which are not that accurate. They're a little harder to control. But you know what? I'm going to do my best. Okay, so I colored the fluid component, and if I were to color different cells, you could see that it would then just like go over it. Ooh. All right, so don't feel like you have to color all of it. You can, but really what I'm really looking for are the 1, 2, and 3 labeled with the correct components. So now you have red blood cell, platelets, and white blood cells. If you're looking for a diagram of where you can go to find that, that is going to be in the note page, and I will show it to you right here. So if we go back up to these notes, too far. Here we have a diagram, and you can see in this diagram that the plasma is this yellow color. We have some red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So you can use this, you can pause the video, go back to your work, and complete your diagram accurately. Thank you for watching this video, and have fun taking your notes.